Hey, good morning, everybody. Giving a real quick update on Burst Coin. I've seen a lot of chatter in the channels discussing Burst Coin, so I figured I would do just a real quick look at this. Burst was actually one that I made a decent amount of money in back in November, December timeframe when it had a pretty decent run. And it's just a couple things that I'm noticing here. Based on volume, I've kind of pointed out potential areas of resistance and support. So you can sort of see that that extends all the way back to actually September, October of 2016. So Burst is one that's been around for quite some time, and you can see back here in the week of September 12th, 2016, it had a pretty decent run all the way up to almost 300 satoshis. Then, of course, we stayed stagnant for about I would say about 6 months or so until we get to this area here where we see a decent uptick. So we definitely had a wave one, a wave two, and then a wave three, and that actually extended from we're looking at a week time frame, so we're not looking at really short term here. I went from March all the way through mid June of 2017, and then we saw a big massive sell off. So we had a one, two, three count, and then we had sort of the inevitable cup that we're seeing form that formed right here. It got to this point of resistance because we saw that there was definitely some resistance at this point in August and September of 2017, drove it down, but then eventually the bulls picked up and got it moving up through the trend line and or the resistance line, had another run, and this is when a lot of people were able to make a decent amount of satoshis on this. But now we're on this downward trend again. One of the things that I'm sort of expecting to see is a similar formation as we saw here. So you can see we have a decent red candle, a small doji, and then we have another red candle. So I'm really kind of expecting at some point in this area where we are right now, I'm expecting there to be another dip. And this could again coincide with the way that Bitcoin is running. But you can see we've got this death cross right here. And then we see an upward trend here where we had the bull run, and now we're seeing another cross in the wrong direction. So if you are holding Burst, I would strongly suggest that you reevaluate your positions. I could be wrong. This could go up in the positive direction, but all of the indicators that I see here are that our continued decline are forming. What you're definitely going to want to look for, just like everything else, you're going to want to look for a break in that particular point there. You're going to want to see this to break out of our downward trend, because if we don't see that, then we're likely going to continue moving down, and that's sort of where my predictions are that we're going to be moving. It's potential that it could bottom out here around, it's hard to say this, could bottom out at 83 Satoshis, could go as low as 60 before it skyrockets back up. My expectation is if it does go below the 178 mark, that we're more than likely going to see a flash. I don't think we're going to see a continued holding pattern below that level. It may bounce around this level here for a while, but if it dips down below, it probably won't dip down for very long, just like it did the same thing on this candle right here. You can see we had the low of 200, but it closed at 236. So it wasn't really allowed to go much lower than that. I know right now we're at 229. And so, yeah, we're just going to kind of wait it out and see how this goes. I personally sold all of my burst a long, long time ago, and I may be looking for an opportunity to re-enter that particular coin at some point. Probably, yeah, we're probably looking at mid-April before I actually reconsider going back into burst, unless I do see an outbreak. So that's what I've got for you. Hope you liked the video. Let me know any comments that you have and any ideas or thoughts that you've got for future videos. Everybody have a great day.